it's Miranda and we're the Crafty Gals. Today I'm going to be making a card, and it's going to be a little bit less simple than the other cards that I make. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. I'm starting out with this piece of bright green. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And first I'm going to stamp this arrow. I got this from a Hobby Lobby set. I have a lot of them. I'm using a lot of them right now, but that's the sheet. And I'm going to stamp this in the bright green pigment ink by Stampabilities, just to give it kind of a watermark. I'm just kind of creating a kind of design on there, giving it a little bit of pattern. I'm just stamping these arrows in different ways, kind of arranging them just to give the card a little more interest. Okay, so I kind of left the bottom blank a little bit. Let me show this to you. Now you can see it. Okay, because I'm actually going to apply some of this. This is kind of, it's like a tissue paper, but it's like a craft tissue paper. It's kind of thick. It's not really the kind you put in a gift bag. And so I'm just going to apply some of the extra strength glue stick. This is by Elmer's. And I already kind of tore it because I didn't want to do that on a video because I wasn't sure how long it was going to take. It's actually pretty quick. Just applied that just like so, and then I'm just going to cut off the excess off the side, and it cuts really beautifully. So I've got kind of a torn edge just like that. Now I have a little button, and I went ahead and threaded it. I'm using kind of a green thread, and I went ahead and thread the button just so it would be easier, and I'm just going to tie a bow. It's way easier to tie a bow in thread than it is ribbon. You can trust me on that one. Okay, so I have this cute bow just on that button. I think it adds a lot of interest to the card, and I'm just going to cut off a little bit, but the tails are still kind of long, just to add a little bit of extra dimension, I guess. Now I'm going to glue down this little piece. This is just a piece of pattern paper that was in my stash, and I'm just going to kind of glue it just like that. And I'm going to use the extra strength glue stick as well. This is a really good Oliver glue stick for your craft projects or school projects or whatever. So, and I kind of cut like a V in the end of that. And I'm going to apply that just like that in a minute. Now I'm going to set this aside. Whoa, I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to stamp this cute owl. This is a Studio G stamp. I thought I'd zoom in there for you. It's a cute Studio G stamp. I got it, I think, last year. And I'm just going to use some pigment ink. I'm going to shoot over here first. I'm actually going to be embossing. I have a video up. One of my last few videos was how to emboss. And you should check that out if you're new to embossing. Okay, and I'm going to get my powder on there very quickly. Let it sit for a minute. And tap off the excess. So you've got that cute little owl, and now I'm just going to pour that back into the container. And I'm going to heat this up. So I'm just going to heat up my heat tool for a few seconds and then heat set this. Okay, so it looks pretty good. A little warping just because I hold it pretty close. I'm just going to zoom out real fast. Okay, and now I'm just going to cut this, trim it up. And I'm going to corner round this little guy. And I'm going to ink up the edges, and I'm just using this green pigment ink. Very cute. I'm going to grab my card, and I'm just going to kind of situate him right there, I think. Right there. And I'm going to grab some Pop Dots, and I'm going to stick these on the back. Just kind of pop it up, give it some depth. I'm going to stick that right there. And the last step is just put it on your little button with a bow. And I'm using Elmer's Craft Bond glue spots. They're really strong and great for this kind of thing. I'll stick that right there. Fix out my bow a little bit. Just for a little bit of sparkle, I thought I would add some stickles. And I'm just going to add it to the very ends on those leaves. And that's it. I'm not glopping it up too much. It's just a tiny bit of added sparkle. So this is the finished card. I think it came out really cute. It's a little bit different from what I normally do. I like it. And so more pictures will be over at my blog. Thank you for watching. Comment and subscribe. And go check out my blog at craftygals.blogspot.com. And go check out my Etsy. The link is in the down bar. Bye, guys.